In relationships, there's often an expectation of total transparency. But is that always healthy? I'd argue that while honesty is crucial, there are certain things that might be better left unsaid. Today, I'm diving into 9 secrets you're actually allowed to keep from your partner, not to deceive, but to maintain healthy boundaries and protect your relationship from unnecessary stress. Let's be clear, I'm not advocating for lying. There's a significant difference between privacy and deception. Sometimes maintaining certain private thoughts can actually strengthen your relationship rather than undermine it. These days, relationships are changing, and it's more crucial than ever to comprehend these subtleties. Secret number 1, the exact number of people you've been with sexually. This is a classic trap question that rarely leads anywhere productive. When she asks, "How many people have you slept with?" there's no winning answer. If your number is high, you might come across as promiscuous. If it's low, she might wonder about your experience level. The truth is, your past is your past, and what matters is your present commitment. Dr. Sarah Johnson, a relationship psychologist I interviewed last month, explained that this question often stems from insecurity rather than genuine curiosity. When someone asks about your body count, they're usually seeking reassurance, not information, she told me. Instead of giving a number, redirect the conversation to emphasize your commitment to her and the relationship you're building together. Secret number 2, your detailed financial situation. Now, I'm not saying you should hide debt or financial problems from a serious partner. That would be dishonest. But the exact details of your salary, investments, or inheritance don't need to be shared early in a relationship. Money dynamics can dramatically shift how someone sees you, sometimes unconsciously. I've seen countless situations where revealing too much financial information too soon changed the entire dynamic of a new relationship. Either the person with more money starts feeling used, or the person with less starts feeling inadequate. As your relationship becomes more serious and you're planning a future together, then financial transparency becomes essential. But in the early stages, it's perfectly fine to keep the specifics private. Secret number 3, innocent attractions to other people. Let's be real. Commitment doesn't mean you suddenly stop noticing attractive people. What it means is that you choose not to act on those fleeting thoughts. Telling your partner, "I found the barista really hot today," serves no purpose except to create insecurity. These momentary attractions are completely normal and don't reflect on your relationship quality or commitment level. They're simply biological responses that mean nothing unless you choose to give them meaning. The mature approach is to acknowledge these feelings privately, understand they're normal, and refocus on your partner. Secret number 4, certain struggles with mental health. This one might be controversial, but hear me out. While sharing your mental health journey with your partner is generally important, you don't need to burden them with every dark thought, especially if you're actively working through them with a therapist or other professional support. For example, if you occasionally have intrusive thoughts that your therapist has assured you are normal and that you're managing well, there's no need to share these with your partner if doing so would only cause them unnecessary worry. The key distinction here is whether keeping this information private protects them from needless anxiety or prevents them from understanding an important part of your life. Use your judgment. Secret number 5, certain opinions about her appearance. This might be the most practical advice in this entire video. There are certain truths that serve no purpose being spoken. If she asks, "Do you think I've gained weight?" or "Do you like my sister's new haircut better than mine?" These are moments where complete honesty isn't always the best policy. This isn't about lying. It's about understanding that not every thought needs to be expressed, especially when it would only cause pain without any constructive purpose. If there's something about her appearance that's bothering her, but doesn't bother you, reassure her without focusing on the specific issue. That's not dishonesty. It's compassion. Secret number 6, details about past relationships. While it's important to share significant experiences that shaped you, the intimate details of your previous relationships can stay in the past. She doesn't need to know about the amazing vacations you took with your ex, how great the physical connection was, or the deeply personal moments you shared. Relationship expert Mark Williams points out that comparing current relationships to past ones, even subconsciously, can create unnecessary competition and insecurity. When discussing your relationship history, focus on the lessons you learned and how they helped you grow into the partner you are today, not the specifics of what you did or how you felt about your ex. Secret number 7, your occasional need for space. This might sound counterintuitive, but sometimes you don't need to announce your need for solitude. If you occasionally need an evening alone to recharge, you don't always have to frame it as, "I need space from you." Instead, focus on the positive aspect. "I'm going to catch up on some reading tonight," or "I'm heading to the gym to clear my head." This approach accomplishes the same goal without making your partner feel like they're the problem. Everyone needs personal time, and finding ways to incorporate that into your routine without making a big declaration about it can help maintain a healthy balance. Secret number 8, certain friend and family dynamics. If you have complicated feelings about her friends or family members, expressing these needs to be done with extreme care, if at all. Saying, "I find your sister incredibly annoying," or "your best friend is toxic," puts her in an impossible position between people she cares about. Unless the relationship is abusive or harmful, keep mild irritations or personality clashes to yourself. Focus on limiting your exposure to these people rather than forcing your partner to choose sides or defend relationships that are important to her. Secret number 9, some personal goals and dreams. This might seem strange. Shouldn't you share your dreams with your partner? Yes, generally. But there's also value in keeping some aspirations private, especially in their early, vulnerable stages. Research in goal-setting psychology shows that prematurely sharing goals can give us a false sense of accomplishment, making us less likely to actually achieve them. If you're just starting to explore an interest in writing poetry, learning to paint, or considering a career change, it's perfectly fine to nurture those thoughts privately until they're more developed. This isn't about hiding parts of yourself, but about giving new ideas space to grow without external pressure or expectations. Now, there's an important caveat to everything I've discussed today. These secrets apply primarily to newer or developing relationships. As your relationship deepens and becomes more serious, especially if you're considering marriage or a lifelong commitment, the boundaries of privacy naturally shift. What was once personal may become shared as your lives become more intertwined. Also, cultural and individual differences play a huge role here. Some people come from backgrounds where financial transparency is expected from day one. Others have different expectations about sharing past relationship details. These guidelines aren't universal rules. They're starting points for you to consider within the context of your specific relationship. The core principle to remember is that privacy isn't the same as secrecy. Privacy is about maintaining healthy boundaries that allow both people in a relationship to maintain their individual identities. Secrecy, on the other hand, often involves hiding information that your partner has a legitimate right to know, which can damage trust. So how do you know the difference? Ask yourself, am I keeping this private to protect myself and my partner? Or am I hiding it because I know it would change how they see me or our relationship? If it's the latter, that's a red flag that you might be crossing from privacy into unhealthy secrecy. In my years of studying relationships and talking with couples, I've found that the strongest partnerships aren't those with zero privacy. They're the ones where both people feel secure enough to maintain certain boundaries while still being fundamentally honest about who they are and what they want. Remember, the goal isn't to build walls between you and your partner, but to understand that not every thought, feeling, or experience needs to be shared to have an authentic connection. Sometimes the most loving thing you can do is keep certain things to yourself, not out of deception, but out of care for the relationship you're building together. What do you think about these boundaries? Do you agree with keeping some things private, or do you believe in complete transparency in relationships? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you found this helpful, be sure to like and subscribe for more relationship insights. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.